the man when it comes to soccer. I'm Gordy Kosfeld, and we're here to bring you the season finale of the regular season for the Faribault Falcons against a very good Mankato East Cougar team. Our broadcast, the service of Garlic's Water Conditioning, Faribault, Malika's Auto Body. Conclusion, we'll be choosing our Malika's player of the game, Malika's Auto Body. The phone station, Faribault, Little's Lawn Care, Snow Removal of Faribault, and Cashwise Foods of Faribault. They will be bringing you this game here tonight. And if you've enjoyed our soccer play-by-play during the course of this fall, we hope that you'll thank those folks for it, because they're the reason we were able to do it. Brian, I know you did a little research. Mankato East obviously is a very good team, and that's the way you want to ramp up to the playoffs, right?
That it is, yeah. I mean, Mankato East comes into this game undefeated this season at 6-0-4. They've scored 28 goals and only given up 6. So this is a team that definitely looks to probably have all pistons running going into the playoffs coming up.
Four ties, though.
Four ties. But the 4 ties against good teams, against Mayo and West and Century and Northfields, and those are all good teams. You know, you just kind of look at that, you know, some of that little bit of parity, which actually shows, you know, the good quality of the Big Nine competition. You know, there's no real absolute top team, and you have a lot of teams that are vying for the lead in the conference, and a lot of teams that are probably looking to make that run coming up here as the section playoffs come up.
A couple weeks ago, I was at Rochester Mayo, and I tell you what, these Lady Falcons did an outstanding job.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's been a long season. You know, I mean, haven't scored a lot of goals, have given up a lot, but you have to, you know, keep giving all the credit to the girls for keep coming out every game, giving a great, solid effort, and it's awesome to see that they're starting to put in some good results.
Yeah.
Not getting the victories, but, you know, definitely seeing that you're playing better, and, you know, it's always a good way to end the season, playing on a positive note.
Well, and defense, you know, obviously was a problem early, but boy, they sure have shored that up over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, you know, and definitely, and, you know, and then scoring some goals. You know, there have been some times where, you know, the girls have had some trouble putting the ball in the back of the net. That's something that this year they've been able to, you know, do it on several occasions, is to be able to not get shut out and be able to put some behind their opponent's goalkeeper.
So, Mankato East Cougars, Faribault Falcons, regular season finale. We'll have more from Bruce Smith Field here in Faribault right after this 90-second timeout. Gordy Kosfeld here at Bruce Smith Field. It is still lined for soccer. This Friday night it'll be lined for football. And the Faribault Falcons open up their football season against the Northfield Raiders in the Battle of Rice County. It's just kind of interesting to see. Boy, that's going to be a lot of work, Brian, getting this field ready for Friday. You got to get rid of these lines and put on the new lines.
Yeah, you know, but our grounds crew does a very good job. You know, it's kind of been nice to, I'm sure, for the grass to get a little bit of a breath and not get chewed up and kind of going into the fall, but it's probably going to be, you know, a very welcome sight to see all the gridiron lines up out on there.
I actually thought they might move this to the soccer complex because that field is pretty chewed up for football.
Yeah, it is a little bit, you know, and it's just something they'll have to get used to. You know, I mean, the good, nice thing is it's not, you know, straight up and down the field like the football players usually chew it up, so at least they'll have some nice fresh stuff kind of in the middle section. So hopefully they can appreciate the good green grass in the fall.
And let's be honest, Brian, we are spoiled here in Faribault because a lot of schools have to share their football and soccer field.
Yeah, they do, you know, and that's always been the nice thing about, years ago when the Balls and the others were generous enough to put in the donations to build the Faribault soccer complex. It's been, not so nice that we haven't been able to, excuse me, play out there this year, but it's also nice to have a very nice facility here. Bruce Smith has been very accommodating for the soccer programs, both the boys and the girls.
Yeah, I'll bet it's been a big thrill for these kids, right?
Yeah, and it's always nice. You get to play out the big stands, you get the big press box, you get all the lights, and it's kind of, just gives that nice little aura of you are the main event for the evening.
So the co-captains are heading toward the center circle here in the Falcons logo, which I'm sure will be there for football. The co-captains and the coaches getting ready for tonight's match. We'll be back right after this 90-second timeout. All right, the good folks at Garlic's Water, as Brian is feverishly writing down the starting lineups as they're announcing them here. You can hear that pretty good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm glad you can because I can't. Oh, I got that one.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise, remove any headwear as we honor America with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Heard the playing of our national anthem by a tape recording here. We're just about ready for some soccer. You want this off, right, Brian?
Yep, that'd be perfect. Thank you, sir.
So you could see better. Must be nice to have young eyes.
Well, they are slowly aging. Slowly, slowly, slowly. I'm not going to give in to the cheaters yet, so I'm going to keep fighting that fight.
Well, They've been kind to me, my eyes. I eat lots of carrots.
That's a wonderful thing. I'm trying to encourage my son to do the same thing.
Oh, I love carrots. Raw, cooked, I love them all. Falcons in their green and white. And the visiting Mankato East Cougars are in their gold, white, and black. Says Cougars across the front of their uniforms. Black numerals, primarily white uniforms. And the gold soccer shoes.
Sassy shoes out there. Not going to be hard to spot on that side.
And the Falcons have multicolored shoes.
Yeah, you know, it is kind of a nice little thing that every player kind of gets to make their own statement with their boots out these days. You know, I always was a preferential of the straight good old black and white Adidas, but, you know, as I got older, I started to get a little bit of fondness for some red ones.
Like football in this sport, they flip to see who kicks off?
That is correct, absolutely, and Mankato East has chosen to take the ball to start the half.
Who doesn't?
You know, once again, it just kind of depends on what your philosophy is. You know, at least on a situation like this on this night, it's a beautiful night for soccer, so not much is really going to cause a distress as far as weather. And with that, Mankato East plays the ball quickly down the right-hand side, and the ball gets tried to play across to the middle, but the first Mankato East player is ruled to be offside.
Yeah.
Faribault will have a goal kick in their half. And the goalie Solis bombs it out to the right-hand side, and it skips off the chest of a Mankato East player for a throw-in for the Faribault Falcons. On the throw is going to be number 13, Meredith Umbright, tosses it in. And quickly Mankato East takes it over, dribbling towards the center of the field. And the shot comes in from distance and up and over the top of the goal. Mankato East is a very solid team this year, very well skilled, very smooth on the field. So it's going to be a test for the Faribault girls this evening.
Well, Mayo was good, and they held them to a 4-1 score.
Absolutely. You know, you never know until you play them. I mean, teams are teams on paper until they get on the field, and any team can rise to the occasion and make their best effort. And let's hope that for the Faribault girls tonight with their last home game of the season.
If they were to pull off an upset, this would make their season, right?
That would be a beautiful thing. That would give the girls something really positive going into sections, but it would also just kind of be something where you've had a lot of struggles throughout the season, and just to get that one victory this year would be an amazing thing.
I'm not predicting that now, mind you, but
Faribault moves the ball up to the right-hand side, passes it up to number 2. That's Malia Hunt, and the ball gets knocked out by the Cougar defender. Throw in Faribault on the near side, right in front of Coach Wordish now. It's Wordish.
Yeah,
Wordish. It used to be Coach Gustin, but she used to play for me briefly when I coached, and so I always keep calling her Miss Justin. But with her married name, I definitely don't want to take that away from her. Congratulations, Coach Wordish.
Just last weekend, I was told.
Yeah. Excellent. And Mankato East looking to play the ball forward, and they do. They slide it into the forward, who is once again too aggressive on a run and about a yard offside in front of the Faribault goal. Faribault girls doing a good job of staying together on a defensive line, and that's going to be something that Mankato East is probably going to look to see and try and make adjustments to make sure that they're holding the runs a little bit getting through there, but good job by the Faribault girls of staying together. Ball gets kicked out towards the logo up to the center of the field. Falcons grab it in with number 7. Mercedes Huerta plays it out to her left-hand side, and the ball gets knocked off a Cougar defender, and Faribault will have a throw just short of the Mankato East bench on the other side of half. Throw comes in, and Mankato East recovers. Plays it up to their forward, who tries to slot a pass out to the outside, gets it right behind her.
Unlike basketball, Brian, there's no over and back, right? You
There
can throw
is
it in
no
the
over
other.
and back. Absolutely not. The only thing that you have to worry about with the center line is offsides. You know, the rule is that you can never be offsides in your own half. So as soon as you cross the center line in the attacking half, then you can have that offside come into play, but you can never be offside in your own half. And Mankato East looking to dribble out the ball with some pace here. They got 3 runners coming forward, all looking to make that forward run. Mankato East looks to be a little bit aggressive with their passes, and the ball gets recovered and gets played up over the top towards the side. Knocked back by the defender, but the Falcons look to dispossess. Ball gets moved up. And it comes to the feet of number 3, Paige Ross, who tries to dribble in, but it's stymied in right in front of the goal, and Mankato East looks to break it out on the right-hand side, moving it towards the halfway line. And they look to play a through ball down the side. Mankato East player puts a big hard dribble and dribbles it up, and the goalkeeper does a nice job of coming up and scraping up the ball right in front of the Mankato East forward.
Yeah, just before she was ready to kick it.
Yeah, just a nice little play there. Was able to get there just in time. Huerta on the ball right by the logo, dribbling to her right, plays it out to the side to number 2, Malia Hunt, and the ball comes back into the middle. With number 8, Zatali Garcia, who's dispossessed of the ball. Mankato East looks to play another searching ball. Mankato East is playing a lot of kick and run tonight, trying to use their speed up front and kind of press up on the Faribault Falcons.
We've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, that's something that when, you find a team that's, that's been struggling throughout, a lot of teams will be a little bit over-aggressive and not disciplined and just try to play that quick ball up to the front to try and get as many quick goals as they can, which, dribbling right through the middle, right through the part of the sea. Goalkeeper comes out, and she slots it into the right-hand side. Mankato East with the first opening score of the game.
No offside there.
No offside there. The defense kind of held their positions, and unfortunately, the player, I can't see her name right now, was able to take an aggressive dribble through the center of defense.
Kenzie Keller.
Get that extra step and be able to slot it in behind the goalkeeper, Solis. And that's just under the 5-minute mark of the game. Falcons kick it off from the logo. A little tap in the center, looking to move the ball to the outside. Mankato East comes in and dispossesses, trying to move the ball on the left side in front of the Faribault bench. Knocks it off the defender number 13, Umbright, and Mankato East will have a throw in the attacking end. A high looping throw coming in towards the defense, and it's stepped into. Defender takes a swipe at it. Number 11 for Mankato East. Behrens comes around the corner, tries to slot it in, and gets it over the cross, and it's quickly toe poked in for a 2-0 lead. Yeah, very nice play by the Mankato East forward there, going around the outside and able to just slot a smooth pass to the middle. And the East player was able just to poke her toe in to tap it past the goalkeeper. Nothing that goalkeeper Solis could do on that one. Everyone needs to take a moment here and kind of settle down and regain their composure for a couple quick goals by the Mankato East Cougars. Falcons with a quick tap forward. Huerta on the ball. Does a little dance in the middle with the ball. Slots it forward. Finds number 3, Ross. Takes a dribble, passes it out to right back to Huerta. Huerta looks to play it through the defender. Nice pass. Malia Hunt trying to get it on right-hand side. The defender pokes it away, but then Huerta's quickly back on the ball to recover it. And Faribault will have a throw in just outside the box in the attacking end. Hunt on the throw. Tosses it into the feet of Huerta. Tries to turn the corner. Still on the ball down in the corner. Looking to try and get a cross in. Bangs it off the shins of the defender. And Faribault will have a throw just almost to the end line. Throw comes in. Finds the feet of Garcia and goes out once again. Faribault on the throw. First substitution for the Falcons, number 24. Sydney Bauer enters the game.
Number 24, Sydney Bauer is in the game. Number 12, Alexis Botke.
And she's going to replace Alexis Botke. Faribault comes in and Huerta tries to put a bang across the cup, but it goes off the shins, and Faribault will have a corner in the attacking. And let's see if they hopefully can make something out of this. After giving up those 2 quick goals, maybe Faribault can sneak one behind the goalkeeper. Looks to be Huerta on the corner. Sends in a high driven ball, looking for the heads and skips past all the players a little bit too much on that. And Mankato East looks to make a quick transition up to the offensive end, passes all the way up to the front line, saved by the forward. Cuts it into the middle. Puts a little bit too much on it, and the Falcons step in and take it away. 24 Sydney Bauer on the ball, trying to regain possession. And pass tries to go out, but it just gets tapped away by the defender. And East with the ball, trying to make a through ball pass, but stopped. Dribbling out to the right-hand side of midfield. Slots one down to the outside, trying to go down towards the end, Downing. Bergen Williamson and the other defenders over there on the cover. Ball comes in, it gets tapped in, and
nice
great
save.
Excellent save there by Solis. Ball came right in front and got hammered, and she did a quick reaction, was able to stop the ball.
That was awesome.
Great reaction save by Solis. Falcons on the ball now. Trying to get it back up to the front. Oh, nice attempt at a turn there by number 2, Sydney Hunt. Nope, sorry, Malia Hunt. And number 11 for Mankato East. Garrett surrounds the outside, tries to play it in. Slots it in, and a whiff on the shot. Was wide open and whiffed on the shot by the Mankato East forward. Plays it back to the top of the box, and the one-time hit gets brought in and gathered up by Solis. There was an attacking player there, but they were in an offside position, so it wouldn't have counted if she would have tapped it in.
Approaching 8-minute mark.
Huerta on the ball, tries to play it to the outside, but Mankato East dispossesses her, but Faribault breaks up the play coming forward. And that's number 13, Meredith Umbright, trying to play it up. Gets a little bit too much on it, and the Mankato East defense gobbles it up. Ball gets played over the top on the run. Looks to be number 13, Cindy Pribola, trying to put it in. And it goes into the far side of the net, and Mankato East gets their third goal of the game.
Yeah, it was right.
She was deemed to be offsides.
I was going to say.
A little late on the flag there by the assistant referee, but... Oh, just a substitution, sorry. So it was the third goal for Mankato East, and Faribault will make a substitution. Pribola on the goal for Mankato East.
So East just didn't have enough vertical to stop that one. It went right off her hands.
Unfortunately, you can't teach height and you can't coach height, and that one just happened to be just out of the reach of her fingertips. Caroline Sauer and Hannah Wetzel enter the game for Faribault. And they kick off and bring it into the near side. Dispossessed by Mankato East. Once again, trying to press forward. Trying to play a through ball up front, but Solis is going to come out of her goal and gather it up just about the penalty spot. Puts a foot through it, and kick comes up towards the logo. Tapped back in by Mankato East, but it's going to go out on the near side here for a throw for the Faribault Falcons. Falcons not doing too bad of a job, just kind of getting bit a little bit on some of the runs through the defense, and a little bit of pace from Mankato East right now is causing them trouble. Coming around the outside, East plays across in, but it doesn't hit its intended target, and so East grabs it at the near post. She does a quick punt out, unable to find its target, and Mankato East looks to bang it back in, but it's taken away by Faribault's number 14 is Merta Ariadza. It gets played back in by Mankato East on the turnover, but once again, a little bit too much on the pass, and Solis gathers up and does a quick punt. Faribault gathers it up. Oh, nice little move there on the outside, dribbling it forward. Faribault on the attacking end, going up the left-hand side, trying to go down the sideline. And it's taken away by the Mankato East defender and hammers it into their bench, but Faribault will have a throw on the far side of the field. Throw comes in, goes off the shins of the Mankato East defender, Huerta on the chase, but unable to get there in time. And the ball goes out on the sides, and Faribault will have another throw. About 25 yards from goal on the far side. Throw comes in, loops over its top, looking for its target, and gathered up by Mankato East. Do a quick pass up, 1-2 back, but Faribault knocks it back in. Huerta trying to dispossess, gathers up the ball, looks to play it to the outside, a little bit behind her runner, and Mankato East gathers it up, tries to play it over the top. Once again, using that pace up front to try and get behind the Faribault defense by playing a looping ball over the top. 15, Williamson over there on the ball, trying to get it up the sideline, and it just squeaks over the line, and Mankato East will have the throw.
Just under 10 minutes into the game, 3-0 Mankato East.
East really still keeping the foot on the gas right now, moving up, and Faribault trying to get the ball quickly up to their forwards and be able to move beyond, catch the Falcons on it as their defense is playing up and use their pace advantage. Mankato East plays it down to the corner. Williamson on the chase, trying to bring it outside. Dispossessed on the ball, down in the corner. Mankato East plays it towards the top of the box, try to play a quick 1-2 back to their player, but she is once again offsides. I believe that's 4 tonight for Mankato East. Definitely showing that they're playing very aggressive tonight.
But there's no real penalty, right?
No,
for being offsides.
No, you just give up possession of the ball and then you come back again. And Faribault with the kick out towards the side, goes over the top of the defender. Number 2, Hunt on the side, trying to get to it, and it just skirts out over the sideline right in front of the Falcon bench. And it's going to be deemed a Falcon throw.
Wow.
Our benefit on the call there.
Yes.
Number 26, Wetzel on the throw, looking for it there. Plays it back to the defender, number 6, Sauer. Plays a quick ball back to Wetzel, tries to do a quick 1-2 square, unable to find its target, and the ball gets played across the field for number 12. Pribola on the far side, plays it into the box. I believe that is her sister, I'm going to guess, since they're the same last name.
Boy, that was a nice defensive effort by Williamson to get back there.
Yeah, excellent job of putting her body between the ball and the goal to be able to shift that off for a corner kick for Mankato East. East sets up the corner. Runners pretty much on the top of the 18, starting to creep their way in. Ball gets driven in low, and Solis is able to gather it up before it gets anywhere near an attacking player. She puts a punt up, heads towards Huerta, takes a bounce, and it gets headed back in by Mankato East. And East is on the ball in the center of the field. Working it over the top, gets banged off between 2 feet and squirts back into the Falcon end. Ball will go out toward the outside, and it's going to go off a Falcon foot, and it will be a Mankato East throw. Pribble on the throw. Tosses it into number 11, Garrett. Looks to play it across. Ball gets poked away by Solis, and the Falcons clear it out. Mankato East gathers it up on the clear, starts going back again. Once again on the front foot coming in. Dribbles around the corner coming in, looks to play across. And it ends up getting banged in. The Mankato East player hit off the Falcon player and went into the goal. It's going to be the 4th goal for Mankato East tonight. Unlucky break for the Falcons there. The defender was there, but it went off there on the shot and squirt a little bit behind Solis to be the 4th goal for the Cougars.
The 13th minute.
Mankato East makes a couple substitutions. Garrett goes out, and number 7, Hardesty, comes in.
Talk about dominating the ball.
Yeah, most definitely. The Falcons are, they're getting some opportunities at chances, but they're not really able to complete more than a few passes in the road and regain the possession, and they're ending up playing a lot of defense tonight thus far. East on the ball. Passing it around the defense, trying to maintain possession, but it gets taken away. Banged back in, but it couldn't find its target. Huerta trying to dig it back out. Jocelyn with the player. Still working on it. And the ball gets passed up to the field, but Faribault knocks it away out to the side at the center stripe. East with a throw. As they make another substitution.
On KDHLAM, Faribault, Minnesota. Big 9 Conference Girls Soccer, Mankato East leads 4-0.
Mankato East on the ball, trying to come it in. Falcons defender number 7. No, sorry, that was not number 7. I believe that was Thibodeau stepped up and banged it away. Faribault with almost an opportunity there, trying to scramble and get some.
Yeah, Ross had her shot blocked.
And East once again tries to play it over the top, misses its target on the side and goes out of bounds. Faribault will have a throw. It's the unfortunate part this year of not being able to have ball kids with the coronavirus, as you got to run sometimes to get the ball.
Well, I've seen them at some places. Oh.
That's nice that they're still able to do that. And worked it with the spin over the logo, plays it out to the outside. Falcons looking to try and make some little dent into the offensive end. Huerta pressures.
Mayo had them, I know. I think Albert Lee did too.
Albert Lee still kind of got the handcuffs on him with the virus, or have they been able to open things up a little bit?
They played Faribault.
Ah, very good. And the ball gets played in by Mankato East Cougars once again in the penalty area. Ball gets slotted back, but Faribault comes in, dispossesses, and clears it out. Trying to move it up the sideline. And the Falcons will have a throw. Wetzel on the throw, tosses it in. Gathered up by number 3, Ross. Looking to try and make a turn, shielding the ball. Ball gets brought into the middle. Williamson. Nope, sorry, that wasn't Williamson. That was 14. Ismerta Arias tries to play it up to the front. Gathered in by the East sweeper. Looks to play it all the way up, about a 20-yard pass straight forward, and then gets slotted over towards the middle.
Well, they have quick passes, don't they?
Yeah, they do have quick
East.
passes. They got quick passes and they got quick players, which makes for a dangerous combination. And Mankato East once again tries to slot across the side, misses its target, and Faribault looks to try and clear it out. Then they do clear it up the field and out of bounds.
Well, the Cougars want to end the regular season with an unblemished record, right?
I would think most definitely that would be one of their targets. They've come this far, and they're probably looking at Faribault as a team that they should probably beat, and I think that they would take quite an offense if they did end up losing to the Falcons this evening. But they most definitely want to have that. It's something that if you could actually say you went through a whole season not losing a game, that's a mark that coaches and players really like to have.
With a 4-0 lead, I don't know that you see too many teams come back in this sport.
Yeah. I mean, the way things are going right now, Mankato East is definitely playing very well tonight, and they're kind of showing their class and why they are undefeated.
Here we go.
Coming down the sideline, cross tries to come in. Nice job by Williamson as she comes across, takes the ball away, but it gets away from her a little bit. But the Falcons get there, clear it out. Gets knocked back in by Mankato East as they attempt to get their 5th. Number 18, Figueroa on the ball, trying to get it out, but it goes only over the sidelines, and Mankato East will have a throw in. Toss comes in to number 9, Hoper, and it gets cleared high up.
You can go over the line when you throw it in, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, as long as your both feet are touching the ground, you can follow through and go over the line, and actually your feet can, stand and cross the line. You just can't have your entire feet over the line when you release the ball. And the ball comes in, unlucky touch, but number 6, Caroline Sauer, is able to clear it away, but only to have it gathered up by Mankato East. But the
Who invented soccer, Brian? Do you know?
Well, it all depends on kind of where you want to go. If you can go back to, at least some of the stuff that I've seen. There's been some times with the ancient Mayans where they were playing a little bit of soccer with some, some heads of.
We're talking the Middle East Egyptian pyramid type?
Oh, way back in the day, yeah. I mean, there's a game they used to play where you'd have to have a little ring ball. Oh, and the ball gets passed out the front. And number 3, Paige Ross tries to get it in. And the goalkeeper came out, and she just slid it past the near post, and the goalkeeper took her out on the slide.
Yeah, that should be a penalty, shouldn't it?
Hopefully Ross is okay.
Yeah, but that should be a penalty, shouldn't it?
Depending on how the referee deemed the contact to be.
You're telling me a goalkeeper can just take out a player?
Well, in soccer, you tend to find that goalkeepers get a little bit more protected than other players on the field, and they get
protected?
A little bit
she took
more
her out.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, was a follow-through, and if she did get a piece of the ball, sometimes referees will deem that enough contact on the ball that it can be a defensive play.
Wow, that's brutal.
Yeah, most definitely. But an excellent play there by Paige Ross on the turnover and going towards the goal. Hopefully that's something that the Falcons can build on and try to get that first breakthrough of the game to get the 0 off the scoreboard for them.
We're almost halfway through the half.
Yeah. Falcons looking a little bit more sharper on the ball right now. Got a little
possession time.
Struck in the front, yeah, and be able to kind of keep it a little bit more, move it to their own feet, and be able to make and complete a few passes. The ball gets gathered in by the Falcons as they look to move forward. And it looks like we're going to have a foul on the Mankato East player, and Faribault have a kick about 10 yards over the half line.
Where is that, a make good for the goalie thing?
Well, that's not good enough then if it's for that. But we got a little bit of a push there, and the ball gets served up 20 yards. Ball gets attempted to get crossed in. East trying to clear the ball. Falcons block it off and are able trying to get it in, and it does end up getting circulated over to the far side. Ross on the ball again, plays it outside to Hunt. Hunt looking to go around the end, fires in a shot, and it skips into the hands of the Mankato East goalkeeper. But Faribault doing a much better job right now, pressuring the ball and be able to create a few turnovers, which are creating a few opportunities on the offensive end. Wetzel steps into the punt and knocks it there, but East is able to gather it up inside a circle. Falcons once again regain possession and are able to move it forward. Nice job by the girls being able to put a few things together here. Bauer attempting to try to move the ball forward, but it's knocked away by the defender, but Faribault will have a throw. Wetzel on the throw. Tosses it in over the defender. It skips off the head. And we're trying to get on the ball. Nice job of bodying around the girl. Oh, be able to pass it off to number 2, who attempts to take the shot again. And looks like it goes just off the side of her foot and over the end line. Mankato East will have a goal kick.
There's a lot of contact there, too.
Oh, yeah, once again. A little bit of shoulder to shoulder, which is mostly deemed to be fair. And looks like Mankato East is doing a 4 substitution right now.
A new goalie, too.
And looks like, yeah, they are replacing their goalkeeper.
I mean, she's as gold as you can get.
Yeah, that's definitely not hard to find her.
Well, now, wait a minute. They get 2 goalkeepers?
Yeah, you can sub your goalkeeper whenever you want, depending on with your rosters. It's definitely a bright orange goalkeeper attire over there.
Yeah, the other goalkeeper came out, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Thought I saw her still in there, but that was just somebody kicking off.
Yeah. And Falcons create the turnover where it's on the ball. Does a nice little turn, trying to get the ball to create a little bit of thing, but she gets dispossessed by the East.
Whoops.
Ball skips past the defender. Williamson comes with a cover. Nice job there by Bergen to get the ball away. Moves it up the field. Finds Hunt, bangs it off the shins of the East player, and Faribault have a throw in.
Boy, Hunt and Huerta
and Ross have been doing a good job up here on the front right of the offense.
Well, and they've been in there a lot.
Yeah, girls have been working hard.
Got to be in shape.
Ross attempts to play it back to where the throw in. Who was that? That was number 26, Wetzel, and it just missed her target, went out of bounds. East on the throw here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, goes over the top of the defender. That's number 20, Keller for Mankato East, trying to get in. And she shoots up and over the net from about 8 yards away.
Well, she got the first goal, but not that one.
Yeah, I think she would probably want that a little bit back. Got her foot just under the ball and goes over the top.
17:50 to go in the half. It's a 4-0 East lead.
So at least on the goal kick. And, gets an unlucky touch on the ball. Dispossessed by Mankato East. And they are able to convert. That looked to be number 7. Is that number 7, Hardesty on the turnover? Unlucky break for the Falcons. Solis just kind of did not get all the ball that she wanted, and it kind of skipped into right towards the Mankato East player, and she was able to slot it into the far right side of the net.
Yeah, kind of topped it.
Just unlucky. Just unlucky. Definitely not what she was intended to do. Which is unfortunate because Faribault was definitely starting to put some things together and really starting to build. Unlucky break for the Falcons. And Huerta on the kick, brings it up, and the Falcons attempt to boom it forward, but Mankato East on a quick turnover, but then they turn it over themselves, and Faribault have a throw at the mid-stripe.
Now, they got a couple of speedy girls on this Faribault team.
Yeah, most definitely.
I guess I don't know enough about the sport, obviously, to know why they don't try the kick and run, too.
Yeah, it just all depends on if you can, get it up and through and get the runs, but the trouble with Faribault right now that they're having is they're not able to maintain possession of the ball enough to be able to get enough time for the runs to develop to be able to get the ball played up and through. And Mankato East once again plays another ball around the end. Bodying on Mankato's player, she comes in, tries to go around the right, and she does score. She bodied our defender and was able to get the ball and slot it past the goalkeeper Solis. That's the 6th goal of the game for the Mankato East Cougars, coming at the 24-minute mark into the game. 16 minutes left.
It's now 6-0.
Falcons bring the ball to the logo for the kickoff. Ball gets played in, and they play it out to the far side on the left, trying to go around the corner and get up the sidelines. And ball goes just over, and it'll be an East throw right in front of the bench on the far side of the field. Mankato doing a good job, staying aggressive, and able to create those opportunities to get those goals. And the throw comes in, goes off the Falcon defender, and it'll be another throw in front of the Mankato East bench. About 10 yards up from where it was before. Throw comes in, and Faribault's able to knock it back into the offensive end.
That's one of the few headers we've seen tonight.
Yeah, haven't seen too much. East gathered it up, brings it to the center of the field right in the middle, and they play the ball, try to attempt it up the middle. Falcons do a good job of taking that and attempting to play it up towards number 2, Hunt, on the near side here on the right.
That was way too in front of her, though.
A little bit far. A little bit far even for her.
I mean, she's fast, but not that fast.
Yeah, I don't know if she's definitely not Usain Bolt. And ball gets moved up, and East will have a throw about right at the offensive third. And Falcons come and step it in, knock it back in. Ross tries to find Huerta, and finds the feet of Hunt. Tries to get it back. Does a nice little job of dispossessing the East player. Ball still in play. And the referee deems it over the line. It's going to be an East throw.
Why?
I'm going to guess that he thought that we touched it last. Actually, it didn't even look like it went over the line all the way. So, and the ball gets slotted in. East trying to play it forward. Falcons do a nice job of recovering and
young
picking up the
lady
runs.
out there for East in a cast.
East on the attack now, breaking into the far side of the box, trying to slot it in towards the front.
How do you like that,
And
Brian? She's playing with a broken arm.
More to her, and looks to be that we will have a foul on the Faribault defender over there, and Mankato East will have a penalty kick.
Oh, yeah? Didn't get a foul on the other end when Ross got taken out by the goalkeeper.
That is once again the dangers of the subjective game. He deemed that our foul was worse than theirs, which it really didn't look to be that much. Looks like she went in for a decent challenge, maybe got her a little bit with the body, but didn't really look to affect the play very much, and East will have a penalty kick. Steps back about 2 yards from the ball and fires it to the right of the goalkeeper, left side of the goal, and Mankato East increases their lead to 7-0.
Who got that one?
That was...
Was it the broken arm gal?
No, it was. Let's see. Must be number, I think that was number... Amber Reuter. Number 16 for Mankato East. Yeah, credit to the gal for being able to play with that cast. It'd feel kind of weird to run out there, kind of shift your weight distribution just a bit.
Yeah, but when you think about it, you really don't need your arms all that much.
No, not all that much. No, you shouldn't.
Unless you're throwing in, of course.
Yeah. And Mankato East regains possession of the ball, trying to play it up over the top into the back of her off of her player. Wetzel shoots it up to the front. Huerta grabs it up. Tries to play it in. Does a nice job of slotting it up to number 2, Hunt. Stops the ball, cuts back, brings it back, and just misses the outstretched leg of Huerta, but she nice job coming forward, regains possession, does a nice little turn, still on the ball.
You just don't see many open Falcons.
Oh, and it gets banged out. She was 1-on-3 right there, but did a really good job of trying to keep the ball on the top of the box, but East breaks out. But Falcons stop them, and they get to play the ball back up, aiming for Hunt. Mankato East defender steps right in front and is able to get a toe on it, and they have to turn over. But just as I say that, they turn it right back over. Huerta gets up on the ball. Skips away from her a little bit, but Falcons are able to regain it back. Trying to play it over the top to the right-hand side, but a little bit too much on the looping pass, and it's going to go out of bounds. Mankato East will be on the throw.
When Century was here, it was 7-0 at the half. Century. And it's 7-0 now with 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's looking to be, quite a hill to climb for the Faribault girls. All credit to them, though. Every time the ball does go in the back of the net, they grab it right out. They come back out to the midfield straight, and they are going to keep competing. And whatever the score line is, they will compete. Which is all credit to them for being able to do that. They don't let it get them down, and they just keep playing and doing their best, which is an awesome thing. And who knows, the way they're playing right now, they're creating a lot more opportunities, and maybe they will get that little goal here as they move it up to the front. And the ball goes out. And looks like we have...
Ooh, a little temper tantrum.
Yeah, she didn't like the call over there, the East player. It's going to be a Falcon throw. But as we say that, it gets dispossessed. East trying to move it back up. Knocked back in by Williamson. Goes off the foot of the defender. Falcons on the far side trying to pen him in. Get the ball back, create the turnover. And they do. Can they keep it? No, gets dispossessed. And East is able to break out on the far side, but it goes over the line a little bit too much on the dribble. Faribault will have a throw. Toss comes back in. And the ball gets boomed forward by the East midfielder who gets it up too far. And Solis does a nice job of kicking it away at the top of the box. Ball gets high and bounced in the middle. Gathered up by the Falcons, number 10, Figueroa. Garcia. Plays the ball up. Nice job there by the Falcons, but poked away by East over the line. Faribault will have a throw on the far side.
What a beautiful night.
Yeah, it is. It is an absolutely gorgeous fall evening.
It's supposed to be hot on Friday for the season opening football game.
Yeah, that's going to be something. Hopefully the gentlemen have been able to get acclimated to the weather as it goes with the coldness last week and the warmth this week, that it just, that hopefully the weather doesn't play a factor.
We're talking 80s on Friday.
Oh, that's beautiful today. Beautiful, nice warm breeze, good sun. I'll take it as long as I can get them, because we know what's coming. And Mankato is looking again, once again searching forward, trying to play that through ball. Girl with the cast is able to come up, fires the right-footed shot, but gathered in by Solis, picks it up. Nice save. Jogs it up to the top of the box, puts a foot through it, booms a punt right to the center line.
I tell you, that lady with a cast is pretty quick.
Yeah, she, even with a little bit of added ballast there, she's able to move pretty good. The ball gets played out for Wetzel. Tries to move it up the feet, and she does. That did not go out, sir. I'm sorry. Unlucky break for Faribault there. It's the ball's deemed to go over the line. I thought Hunt had saved it, but the referee disagreed.
It has to be completely over the line.
Completely over the line. So even if the bottom of the ball is touching the grass and not the white stripe, as long as any part of the ball is hovering over the white stripe, it is still technically in. It's like a straight up plane. It's not whether it's touching the line or not. And the ball gets played over. It'll be an East throw, just on their side of the halfway line. Throw comes in trying to go over the top of Wetzel. She knocks it back out of bounds. East will advance up the field a little bit for the throw. Throw gets hammered into the ground up to the feet of the Mankato East player, number 14, Starkey. Sends a pass to the far side of the field. And it goes over the sideline, and Falcons will have a throw.
7.5 minutes to go. We'll have our Malika's Auto Body Player of the Game named at the end of our broadcast.
Mankato East number 7, Hardesty, coming across the field with the ball and gets a little bit too much on the dribble, and it goes over the side. Faribault will have a throw. Still trying to put a few passes together and just create this connections to create a few more opportunities up front. They had a nice little string there for a few minutes, and then unfortunately got bit with the penalty. Still doing a nice job of pressuring on the ball. Number 6, Gagnon for East on the ball, trying to play it on.
Nice pass.
Number 5, Denton tries to loop it up there, but once again, Solis is quick off her line, able to gobble it up. Puts a high looping punt right towards the front. Gets tapped down by the Falcons. Botke tries to get it up the field, but it's knocked back in by the Mankato East player, but Solis puts a foot through it and hammers it back up to the midfield stripe. But Mankato East is able to regain possession, start their attack once again. Ooh, Williamson with a toe poke down up the field, trying to find a run, unable to do so, and East moves it back up the right-hand side. Dribbling forward towards the center of the field, trying to play it through defense. Williamson does a nice job of sticking a leg out and getting it. Botke comes in to try to create the challenge there. Williamson body on the defender, or the offensive player, moves it out to the side. The cross comes in, skips past the offensive player's foot. Falcons clear it out inside the box. Finds the feet of number 2, Hunt. Tries to move it up, plays it back to the defender for Wetzel, but it gets backed in. Wetzel gets fouled while she's doing that. Falcons will have a kick at about 25 yards from the end line in the defensive half.
Good hustle there by Wetzel.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. And she took the contact, which was, definitely a strong play. Number 6, Sauer on the kick. Knocks it up towards the logo where it's gathered up by East. Sauer does a nice job taking it away, plays it up and through past her offensive player and gathered up once again by the East defense. Huerta on the pressure. Falcons looking to try and take it away in the middle here. A lot of little scrums with the ball right now. It gets banged off the legs, and Mankato East will have a throw just over the halfway line on the far side of the field. East makes a quick sub.
Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
Ball gets thrown in. East plays it back to the defense, tries to play it up again, and it goes over the sidelines. Looks like it must have went off a Falcon foot. Throw comes in from the East player, trying to turn around the outside and get around on the offense, but it gets taken away. Ball gets passed up over the center line to find the feet of Huerta. She plays it wide to the square over here to Hunt. Hunt gathers up at the midfield stripe, player on her back. Plays it towards the middle, and it gets banged up to the right-hand side, looping pass. Trying to find Bauer. Gets banged out by the defensive player for East, but Bauer once again tries to regain possession, plays it forward through the defense. Hunt on the chase. Gathers it up, does a nice job of shielding, trying to get around the corner. And the ball gets knocked over the sideline by the Mankato East player. Falcons are going to have a throw here in a dangerous area, about 25 yards from goal on the near side. Toss comes in. Finds Botke. She plays it up, not able to find its target, and gathered up by Mankato East to look to do a quick transition. Play the ball, it skips. Nice little bounce over the ground, over the foot of the defender. East player comes in. Takes it away, but blocked by Sauer. Wetzel with the foot in. And Williamson once again with another foot. Falcons still trying to clear the ball. Caroline Sauer on the nice and little jockey play there is able to create the turnover. Comes up. Ball gets moved forward, and it gets played on a nice through ball to the far side. Can't quite see who the player is. A little challenge on the ball there. That's number 14, Ariatza. And we're going to have a Falcon throw. Nice look on the pass out there. She was able to slide it through the defense to the running Ariatza. East was able to clear it out over the side, but a nice little building pass by the Falcons. And unfortunately, the throw comes in, goes off the Falcon player and out of bounds.
2:40 to go.
Mankato East will have a throw just in front of their bench on the far side. High looping throw comes in, gathered in by the Falcons. Scrum for the ball over on the far side. A lot of feet coming in there. And the ball's going to go over the side for an East throw. And the attacking third just outside.
We will have the Faribault football game against Northfield Friday night, right on these airwaves.
East throws it into the center of the field, takes a bounce, gathered in by Faribault, trying to play it up the field, but taken away by Mankato East. Plays a support pass back, and plays the through ball. Solis is going to try and beat her to the pass, and does the job. Is able to clear it out wide. Gathered in by number 2, Hunt, with her back to the defender, trying to turn around the corner. Wetzel does a nice job of helping her out and taking the pass away. Botke comes in and kicked away by Mankato East, so Faribault will have a throw. Wetzel on the throw. Tosses it in. Finds number 8, Garcia. It gets played up. All the way towards Bauer, and it skips a little bit past her. East plays it back to the defense. It's a support pass, but it goes over the sideline at the midfield stripe. Faribault will have a throw. Wetzel once again on the ball. Tosses it towards the center. Looking for Botke. Botke gets rammed into by the East defender. Faribault's going to have a kick here. The waning moment here of the first half. Sauer puts a foot through it, and the referee tells her it's a little bit too quick as the ball was moving. So
why was it too quick?
Well, the general rule is you cannot kick a moving ball. So evidently he deemed her to not have stopped the ball to a dead stop. So,
well, would you rather kick it when it was moving or dead stop?
I think she was. I think what Sauer was trying to do was make a quick little play, and the referee held it back. Often you will see that just not called because it's kind of one of those small little things that they don't do. But some are stickler for the rules.
Well, here we go.
Falcons are going to have a dangerous free kick about 25 yards out from the goal. Shot comes in, goes off of the Mankato East player. Hunt on the sidelines trying to get the ball back to create an opportunity. Does so. Puts it in. Comes back in. Huerta tries to chase it down, but Mankato East is able to clear it out.
Boy, they want that shutout, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Mankato East comes in 3 screaming forwards, but the ball gets played too far. Falcons get the ball for a throw.
5 seconds.
Ball comes in, gets played out, booted, and it's going to be a Falcon throw, and that's going to end our first half.
Cougars showing everybody why they're undefeated on the season. They do have 4 ties, though. Isn't that what you said?
Yes, they do.
4 ties.
4 ties, so they definitely, it's really good
I have
teams. But
a few more than that in my closet. How many ties do you have?
Not as many as I probably should have. Being a bachelor for the majority of my life, I found myself only needing a few ties for a few occasions. So, once marital bliss found me, I tended to have to find myself a few more dress clothes. I couldn't get away with wearing the same thing all the time.
A few more ties. So, I don't know if we're going to have a tie in this one. It's 7-0 at the half. The Mankato East Cougars well out in front of the Faribault Falcons. We'll have your halftime report right after this 90-second timeout. Gordy Kotzfeld here at the KDHL Sports Microphone, along with Brian Meyer, soccer aficionado. He is on the call here tonight. Well, Mankato East pretty much showing us why they're undefeated, Brian. They have been very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, Mankato East came out early and often and set the tone and the tempo with the game with a few quick goals, and then never really slowed down going towards throughout the whole half. Falcons had a few opportunities there, actually a couple dangerous ones and shots that were able to get on the Mankato East goal. But for the most part, they've been playing a lot of defense and have just kind of been weathering the storm of what the Cougars are bringing forth.
Yeah, they had 3 goals in the first 9 minutes. They had 2 goals that were just, let's see here, 25 or 6 seconds apart from each other.
Yeah, it's just, when they came quick, and it was just enough that
Solis couldn't get settled in.
Yeah,
right?
she really couldn't. She really couldn't. There's a lot of them that she just had no chance on. The East players were able to get through and had clean looks at goal or clean passes across the front that were more or less tap-ins where she was just no chance to get those. So, you just come back and you just, bring the ball at the center and you fight again. There were stretches from the game, a long period there where the Falcons were starting to put together a few passes, looking a little bit dangerous. Hunt and Huerta and Ross have been doing a nice little combination here up on the front right, and the defense got a little bit more solid, but then they ended up getting nailed with a penalty there, and then another quick one right there, and that kind of everything just kind of got added up, and that gets us to the 7-0 score that we are at right now.
Well, we're going to take another break here. It's halftime. The score's 7-0. Mankato East out in front of the Faribault Falcons. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
About the first half of this little break here, the coaches have been down here, and the girls been kind of giving themselves a little talk. Done a little circling up down there. Looks like Maddie and the coaches kind of left them alone for about the first half, and it looks like they're having a nice, good dialogue amongst themselves. I think they know that they can play better.
7-0 is our score here at the half. The Mankato East Cougars out in front of the Faribault Falcons. That's the exact same score that it was here at Bruce Smith Field when Rochester Century was in town. They're one of the top teams in the Big 9 Conference as well. As I mentioned earlier, Brian, I got a chance to see the best game of the year at Mayo, and they only lost by a 4-1 score.
Yeah, it was just, they've run to a few buzzsaws this year with some lopsided scores, but it's nice that they were able to gather up and put together a good performance down there at Mayo. It's definitely, it's something they can look at least as far as knowing that they can put together some good performances, and hopefully that they see that this first half, was definitely not indicative of their talent or their team. Just couldn't put it together for the whole first half, and I think they're going to look to try and right the ship here in the second half and just put together a better performance. You can't change what happened in the first 40 minutes, so don't let it bother you. If the game is over, for the first half, they got outscored, that's fine, but come out and start playing some good soccer and do what you can and make your mark on this game.
Yeah, maybe you say, it's 0-0. Start the second half. Let's win the second half.
Absolutely. You win the last 40 minutes. You get a goal. You shut them out. You do whatever you can to play your best soccer this last 40 minutes. This is your last home game of the season. For the seniors,
it's senior night. Yeah.
And this is something that I don't think they want to leave on a very, very sour note. They want to put everything out that they can, and they want their teammates to rally around them and do the best possible and move forward. And just have a great performance here. Whatever happens the second and Zatali Garcia are the 12 or the 6 seniors on the Faribault girls soccer team.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't get to talk with them. I'd love to have them all come out to Bashers this Saturday, and we can find out what their future plans are.
Yeah, yeah, and it's always a special feeling. I remember being there on my last game of my senior year, and it's just something that it's an end, and it's been a long, long probably career for all of them, and now it's coming to a culmination, in front of their fans on their home field on the last game of the regular season. All they're going to have is playoffs after this, but it's just, it's something that you want to have that special feeling, and I'm sure Sam, it is a special night.
I don't know. Does Faribault have adult recreation soccer?
I think, as far as a formalized thing, no, but you end up seeing, a lot of adults just play pickup games.
Oh, yeah, I see that out by the junior high.
Yeah, out by the junior high and, in the field by the soccer complex and stuff. It's just people get together on nights or on weekends and just go around and knock a ball around, which is nice. I know they have a few more organized leagues as you get a little bit closer to the metro, but, it's a nice thing for the game, and it's a nice thing for, kids to see it, and it's nice that adults still keep playing it, in their advanced ages.
I know my nephew played into his early 30s anyway, playing indoor soccer up in Faribault.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I played a little bit myself in my late teens and early 20s. It's a little bit different of a game, but it's just as fun.
I was going to say, that is a very high-paced game.
That is, that is just like hockey. You go out for about a 90-second shift, and you are ready to get off the field. I remember that one year we went and played when I was probably in my mid-20s, and I wasn't quite in the same shape as I was when a youngster, and I tried to go all out, and I think after my first shift, I found myself with my head buried in the garbage can, losing a little bit of my supper. Yeah.
We're about ready to start the second half. Mankato East has a 7-0 lead. Brian and I will choose our Malika's Auto Body player of the match here tonight for the Faribault Falcons. That might not be easy to do, but we'll do it.
No, most definitely.
Because
and we're hoping,
we've been asked to do it.
Absolutely. Maybe there will be a standout performance here in the last 40 minutes. They got time to shine, time to go out and do something great, and we'll see if we can get that breakthrough. They've proved that in small stretches they've been able to put things together. Let's just hope they can do it in a little bit larger of a stretch and catch that break and get that opening to, put the ball behind the Mankato East goalkeeper.
Do like seeing here, Brian, is all the young ladies from Faribault ran out onto the field. They didn't walk out. They didn't have their heads down.
Nope, and it's a testament to them and their coaches that they know that it's been a long season. They know that they've not had the success that they probably have wanted, but they are still willing to go out there and give forth, the 100% that the game demands, and they go out there and they don't ask questions. They just play. They love the game. They love to play, and they're going to try it as hard as they can. And the Falcons will have the kickoff here to start the second half. Referee blows his whistle, and the ball gets played up towards the right-hand side, trying to find number 2, Hunt, on the run. Skips a little bit past her, goes out of bounds.
So you think that was a set play out of the half?
I think that's something that they wanted to do right away, is maybe try and get that run behind him and get down the sidelines and get there. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit of a miss on the pass, and it created the turnover for Mankato East as they come forward, but the Falcons do a nice job of stopping up at the top of the box, playing it up. Falcons look to have a lot of energy here to start the second half. East looking to play the ball forward, and they're going to be deemed offside again. Aggressive play by Mankato East. That's probably at least their 5th or 6th offsides of the game. Nice job once again by the Faribault Falcon defense of staying together in the line and being able to create.
Faribault right to left and East left to right on your radio dial.
And it looks like Sauer is going to be on the kick here. Caroline takes a little step back and looks to drive it up to the front, plays it up through the top, chested down by the Mankato East player as she moves forward.
Think Neil Diamond, her favorite singer?
It could be. I'm sure she's got that song somewhere on her playlist.
You think?
I don't think she can't not. So
it'd be played at her wedding, probably.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The ball gets played up and in, and so Lisa's going to come out to her 6-yard box and gather it out. Puts a foot through it. Sends it up towards number 24, Sydney Bauer, trying to get it. Bauer does a nice job of maintaining possession on the ball. Gets a little bit of a push off the Mankato East player. Faribault will have a kick in the offensive end. About 15, 20 yards over the midfield stripe on the near side. Caroline Sauer is going to put the ball down, and she's going to look to try and play it up and in. See if she can find a target and create an opportunity. Plays it on the ground. Finds Huerta, tries to gather it up, but she's double teamed by an East player, but dispossessed by the Falcon defense, but Huerta's going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, might have been a pretty good acting job there, too.
It looks like she got her foot in a little bit, but definitely not enough to put her down to the ground that hard. East player puts a foot through it, driven low, and Sauer does a nice job there stepping in with the legs, and again does the same thing. Huerta looks to try and gather it up, steps in, pushes it up.
Boy, that official was quick on that play.
And the ball gets played out wide towards Hunt. Gathered it in off her thigh, comes in towards the middle. Falcons doing a nice job here pushing forward on the offensive end, maintaining a little bit more possession. East tries to play a high looping ball over the top. Williamson comes over and across and knocks it out towards the side on the dribble. Gets the ball taken in, but then it's going to be picked up by Solis on the attempted cross. Jogs it out with a quick punt. Aims it up towards Huerta. Gets headed in by the Mankato East player, gathered up by the Falcons.
Ooh.
Tried to play it out to the side, but blocked away by the East player. That's number 24, Sydney Bauer, comes in.
Good job.
Still working hard for the ball. Oh, but it gets skidded away by the Mankato East defender. Garcia trying to get it back right now. Here, Mankato East looking to try and play it up. Falcons do a nice job of dispossessing. Number 8, Garcia, moves it up towards the front. Gets knocked out, and the Mankato East defender, but Garcia gathers it up again on the near side. Gets it up, trips, slips down a little bit, and ball gets taken away. But number 10, okay, Alexis Garcia, that was Zatali Garcia on the previous one. Alexis Garcia takes it away there. Ball gets played in. Caroline Sauer tries to knock it away. It gets crossed back in and played into the front on the run. She pushes it up a little bit, and then she's going to try and play a shot, and goes up and over on the clear attempt in at net. That looked to be number 8, Ashlynn Herron. Was away in on goal, and about 8-10 yards out, she fired a shot which went over the top of the bar.
It's amazing how often that happens, isn't it?
You would think it would be a big target to not miss, but it ends up being a big target that got missed. And the ball gets kicked up, and it's going to be off the Falcons. No, it's not off the Falcons. And they're going to have a throw.
I thought it was off the Falcon, too. Good thing we're not officiating.
Yeah, but Faribault gets the break. They get the throw in, but dispossessed by Mankato East. Plays it through the defenders. Sauer comes across, tries to kick it up the field, and the ball's going to skirt out, but it's going to be off the Mankato East player.
Young lady with a cast.
Yeah. Throw comes in for Faribault. Goes for Ariasa, but it gets brought in. And Williamson's going to get called for a foul in the middle of the field with a little bit of hip action. Unlucky call. East is going to have a free kick about 35 yards just off the center, away from the goal. Send in 4 runners to the far side of the field. Falcons mark up. Kick comes in driven to the near side, nowhere near troubling Solis, and it's going to go over the end line for a Falcon goal kick.
I didn't understand that. Did you?
I don't know if she was attempting to take a shot there and missed grandly.
I mean, all those players lined up on the other side. I thought that's where the ball was going.
And that's what I had kind of thought as well. And number 21 comes in, and as we say that, she comes back in, fires in a left-footed curler to the far right corner. Very nice shot there. And that one I do not have on the roster. That was number 21. Let's see if we can find her name.
Yeah, they got to do something about these rosters. They're hard to find. It's like trying to find gold.
Yeah, it's just, one would think it'd be, in days gone by that you could
When I was a kid, they were on the old mimeograph machine.
I mean, they weren't etched with stone?
Well, come on. No, I'm not that old.
They'll hammer and chisel the roster on the outside rock while you walk into the stadium.
But with computers today, you'd think you could be able to.
One would think so. I spent a good 15 minutes today trying to find rosters from either or both teams. And with that, Mankato East once again tries to come in and add another goal, and they kick it over the top of the net.
That was only from about what?
About 10 yards out there.
I was going to say 8.
Falcons need to weather the storm here a little bit. They got a little snake bit on that goal there. They were working some good things here. They need to refine that form.
What a beautiful night.
Start putting some things together.
Little A fair amount of fans here tonight, too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Senior night for the Falcons.
And the ball gets played out over the sign. Mankato East will have a throw in the attacking half. Just about a third of the way in. Both teams making substitutions.
Now Ross is coming back in for Faribault, and Hunt's going to get a breather, right?
Yeah, it's going to kind of be, I think, Hunt's first still outside the halftime break. First time catching a little bit of a breath here. Throw comes in.
She's like, Coach, I don't want to come out.
Yeah. No. Ball comes back in. Oh, Falcons do a good job there trying to bring it back up. Knocking it up the field, trying to create some opportunities. Ball gets banged around a little bit and gathered in by Mankato East.
When you played, did you ever forget which end you were going toward?
Not too much. You know, sometimes you get spun around, you start going in one direction, and then realize you should probably be going the other. Throw comes in for Faribault. Mankato East creates a turnover and tries to play it up and through. Solis comes out and puts a foot through it over the sidelines. Nice job by Solis there coming off her line.
Just get it out of danger, huh?
Yep, just don't care where it goes as long as it doesn't go open behind you. And Mankato used to have the throw in here on the near side.
They have an 8-0 lead.
Betting on the throw for East. Falcons try and regain possession and do so, and there's now their throw on the near side in just about the same spot. Toss comes in, finds the feet of Alexis Botke, tries to play it outside, goes off a defender. Mankato East gets it, but Falcons turn him over, trying to go around the outside. Ross on the upper right trying to play it up to Huerta, but Mankato East player gets to it quick, but Huerta's doing a good job of tracking back, creates the turnover, and the ball gets boomed away, but Mankato East gathers up at about the midfield stripe. Playing it back to the defense. And she plays a high looping ball over the outside. Mankato East player comes in on the outside left. Falcons doing a nice job of trying to dispossess her, and they do. Solis once again comes out, puts a foot through it. Number 12, Botke trying to defend there, and looks like she's going to end up getting called for the foul. And Mankato East have a free kick in another dangerous position, about 20, 25 yards from goal, just off the center of the field. Pretty much almost straight on.
Well, they've had one penalty kick that got in.
Looks to be number 15, Schlager for East, lining up to take the kick. Faribault with one person in the wall. Schlager puts it in.
Over.
And puts it high and wide.
That wasn't close, Brian.
No, that definitely, you know, I don't want to say she Blair Walshed it, but she definitely a little bit wide right.
Oh, my. I did not say that, folks.
Well, you know, if it's going to happen, it's got to happen to a Minnesota team. just tends to be our luck. You know. Throw comes in, Huerta steps in, and referee looked like he was going to blow a foul there, but tried to play advantage, decided not to do so. Foul on Huerta was not called. And the ball gets played behind the defenders. Mankato East once again trying to stay, you know, definitely playing aggressive as this game goes, not taking their foot off the gas at all. Ball goes out of bounds, but Faribault will have a throw on the far side in front of the East bench.
Which reminds me, Brian, I was going to ask you this. Might as well ask you this now. Want to get your opinion on something?
No, go right ahead as Falcons defend and clear it out of their defensive end, out of the penalty box. Nice job there by number 24, Sydney Bauer, to get the ball.
Well, now, wait a minute here.
And they called her a foul on that? That looked to be a good, nice shoulder-to-shoulder play by Bauer there. I don't know what the referee was calling, but he deemed her to be a tad bit more aggressive.
Oh, he's wearing Mankato East colors, you know.
And East with a kick with about 40 yards out from goal. She raises her arm, plays a high looping ball to the far side, and Solis gathered it in easily.
Oh, my. Can you be in the net, the opponent?
Well, you can run into it, yeah. I mean, most definitely. You know.
I do that all the time then.
Well, you can't be offside, though. As long, even if you are in the net, you are still, you know, in play. So you still technically would be in an offside position.
Oh.
You know, you can't just go and kind of hang out inside the net and just pop back out.
Well,
when
I was
everything
just
happens.
thinking that'd be pretty cool.
And Wetzel on the far side defending. Knocks it up the field and does not go off the East player, so East will have a throw on the far side.
I know I've had this conversation with some friends of mine about this sport of soccer and how, if there's any sport where you cannot run up the score, it's this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very tough fine line when, you are, a superior team playing an inferior team, and, you can pretty much score at will, and as a coach, that's a tough thing for you to try and tell your players to hold back and play. And, some coaches will argue that, no, I need my players to play because then they'll lose a little bit of a sharpness going in towards, like a section play, and, you can't tell them to not. Most coaches in this situation will tend to, more or less clear their bench, and try and get other players to play in and get them some time on the field. Or, often coaches will, use it as teachable moments where you try to work on things. You work on passes across the middle. You work on trying to, connect a few passes in a row before you even try to make a play towards goal and small things like that. And and some coaches will just say, what, to heck with it. We're just going to score. Stop us.
Yeah. I kind of like a little sportsmanship myself.
Yeah, being on the other side of that a few times, I mean, there's nothing really to be gained by, grinding a team into the ground and really, just running up the score and things like that. I don't think you have a lot of teachable moments like that. You can be a little bit more humble.
Here we go.
And ball comes in, comes across,
nice
tapped
pass.
In, and Solis.
Oh, it hit the side bar.
Off the side post. Nice job there by Solis to cut down and create the shot angle. And the ball gets played up. East gathers it back up again. The cross comes in. And we're going to get a little bit of a foul in the back. And we're going to have our second penalty against the Faribault Falcons.
You can't foul out of the game, right?
You can. Well,
you could be carded.
You could be carded and out of that. So sometimes referees will give you a card for an accumulation of fouls if you continue to kind of do the same thing on the field. In that case, looked to be that our player, their player was kind of in front of ours, and we kind of got him through the back and created the foul situation.
Oh,
and
man, this is going to be an easy kick.
East will have their penalty.
Easy for me to say, right?
Yeah, well, it looks as very easy, but it's also very easy to miss. And there's a lot of pressure when you stand over that thing 12 yards away. She slots it into the corner.
She was smart there. She just kind of took some pace off of it.
Just inside the post is actually very good placement there. You didn't need a lot of pace on that one where that was placed, and Mankato East scores their 9th goal of the game tonight.
Their goal is probably double digits.
With 25 minutes left.
That was number 15.
I'm going to. And Coach Justin makes a few substitutions.
Haley Schlager.
Falcons kick it off.
Sounds like a very German name, doesn't it?
It does sound very German. Surprised there's not an umlaut in that one.
I got to tell you, saying that name makes me hungry for sauerkraut.
Oh, I love me some sauerkraut. I don't care how you prepare it. It's most definitely a fine dish that not everybody can appreciate. And sadly, the lovely and talented Mrs. Meyer does not.
The very best sauerkraut I've ever had was in Germany.
Oh, really? Yeah. I've only been to Germany once, and I had a little bit with some Schweinehack at a restaurant, but I didn't get a chance to kind of have a good thing. But I do love the red stuff as well.
Yeah, that's good. You're right.
I love it on the pizza, and you know what? I'll take it cold out of a can on a good saltine cracker. That was a good snack of the Meyer youth.
Yeah, see, now I'm not a canned sauerkraut guy.
Oh, love it in all shapes and sizes. And not everybody loves it on pizza, but it makes it fantastic.
I haven't had it on pizza. I should try that.
Oh, you do. I'm sure somebody around town makes one like that.
Oh, I'll bet Bashers would do it for me.
I bet they would, because I enjoyed very, very much.
Getting close to half of the second half.
And as it goes on, the Falcons knock it off over the sideline there. Mankato used to have a throw. Or, no, looks like it's going to be a Faribault throw.
East leads 9-0.
Throw comes in. And Mankato East dispossesses. Huerta trying to regain possession at the center of the field. Mankato East still continuing to push up. Comes around to the near side. Tries to slide through the defense, but it's banged away by the Falcon defender. East is able to gather it up, but Faribault does a good job. And number 8, Zatali Garcia, tries to get it out, but it's taken away from her and played out to the side by the East defender, but too much.
See, now, if I were coaching East, I'd say, let's just see if we can keep the ball in our offensive end the entire rest of the game.
Yeah,
Not try and score, but just keep the ball in this end of the field.
Yeah, it's just one of those where if they can, work on maintaining possession, maintaining good, sharp passes and things like that, it's probably something that they would possibly look at doing. Solis gathers up the attempted play through and bombs.
Wow.
Most definitely. That was probably a good 50, 60 yards in the air.
Ned Lewis needs to have a look at that young lady.
Absolutely. And the ball comes out on the near side, and Faribault will have a throw at the midfield stripe. Number 10, Alexis Garcia on the throw. Throw comes in. Finds Sydney Bauer, who tries to play it across. Ball does come across, and East clears it up the field. Squares the ball to the middle. And then once again plays it wide to the far side. Number 19, Sydney Beaupre on the outside. Ball gets played back into the middle for the East players.
Oh, good give and go.
Taps it to the side. And East is going to be deemed offside again. A little bit too aggressive once again. A little bit ahead on our run there. Nice little play work there. But, give Mankato East credit. They worked the ball really well amongst their players and created the opportunity just a little bit too far behind the defense.
Well, that's kind of the difference when you watch the game,
Yes, most definitely. They've been connecting on a lot of their passes. Haven't had too much for turnovers and just able to maintain possession. It makes it for a lot easier game. Faribault's just kind of, unfortunately, when they get the ball on the defensive end, they're getting it a little bit too bang it out instead of try and place the pass.
Right.
It's just unlucky, and that creates an easy turnover for Mankato to come right back at them, and you're playing.
The throw-ins aren't throwing to an open player.
Yeah, they're just kind of missing their mark on a lot of these tonight. And it looks like Mankato East is going to make a sub for a player who went down on one knee, so maybe a little bit of a knock there.
And you see that a lot in the games I've seen, a lot.
Yeah.
They pass it into somebody who's covered.
Yeah, and it's, you'd like to be able to see if they could create a little bit more extra space, and sometimes you're just not finding them when you need to. But nice job there, Faribault. Finds Huerta, and she tries to play it behind the defense, just not enough on it to get behind the defender. But the Falcons regain the ball at the midfield stripe, and number 19, Sydney Beaupre, knocks it back in, but a little bit too much, and it's going to go over the line for a Mankato East throw-in.
It's going to roll down the track.
East with the toss in, and she throws it off the back of her own player, and it's going to be a Faribault throw-in. Right about halfway. High looping throw-in, aiming for Huerta. She gets it, cuts it to the inside. Oh, and gets tapped away. But Faribault gathers it back in. And a long attempt by Sydney Bauer, but it's not going to trouble the Mankato East goalkeeper. And she puts a foot through and kicks it up to about half field. Falcons bring it down, trying to come back the other way, but East gets it. Plays it around to the outside. She's got room to dribble. Tries to make a pass in, but blocked by Sauer. But it goes over the outside. Mankato East with the quick toss back in. Trying to play it once again down the outside, but Faribault does a good job of trying to keep him out. Ball gets played back in. East tries to cut in. Oh, nice move to get around the defender there. Shot comes in, stopped by Solis. And Falcons got to clear it out. A little scrum in front of the net, and the ball does get played outside the box. He's still on it. Cross comes in from the far side, a little bit too much for the Mankato East player, but she brings it back in, sends it back towards the penalty spot. She tries the one-time shot, and she puts it right between the uprights. She put her arms
up in the air, too. A field goal. 14 minutes to go. I will say Faribault's still hustling, though, man.
They are still working. They are definitely still working. The score is what the score is, but they still continue to go out there and work and play and put forth the effort.
Now, I'd say let's not allow double digits here.
If they can keep it at what it is. Nice job by Solis there to stop the ball coming in. Came out of her goal. And we're going to get a foul called on Faribault here about
Really?
23-24 with a little bit of a foot gone in there. Unlucky call on Zatali Garcia. Mankato East will have a free kick, pretty much dead straight on the center goal.
You can't mistakenly kick someone in the shin, huh?
Unfortunately not.
I don't think she did it on purpose.
No, I mean, she just kind of put a foot in and probably just got a little mixed up there with her cleats. And free kick comes in, and she loops it high and right over the top of the goal.
How many of those have they had?
They've had several. They've had several from distance, and they've actually had more from in close that they've missed those.
So that's technically not a shot on goal, right?
That is correct. Even if it hits the post, since it wasn't going to go in, it's not a technical shot on goal.
Okay.
They kind of keep track of the stat as shot attempts versus shots on goal.
Right, like hockey.
Yep. The ball comes in. East tries to squirt it through. Falcons able to get the ball, trying to come outside of the penalty area here, moving up the field.
I have to see a chiropractor tomorrow. I'm permanently turning my head one way.
East is able to create the turnover. Ball comes in, but it's banged back out, but only gathered up by East. Faribault does a nice job there getting a touch. Number 9, Celeste Olivio tried to gather it up there, but it's taken away from her. And the ball's going to go over the sideline. Mankato East will have a throw in the attacking end. About 15 yards from the end line. East makes a quick substitution. East still with the ball in the penalty area, still in the dangerous spot. Just tries to play the ball on the outside. No one was making the run for. Falcons attempted to clear, and it goes off the attacking player. And Faribault will have a goal kick.
I will say most of the players on the east side are not wearing a mask.
I will say they're also not doing a very good job of social distancing. But it does not look to be such, no.
Faribault has, I think, virtually everybody wearing a mask on the near side.
And that's something where you would hope that it would be on the adults on the squad to enforce that. I mean, I know we are outside, but, things being the way they are and, things happening the way they have been, you would want to try and be as safe as possible. No, nice little slot-in pass there by the Mankato East player. Fires a shot in, but Solis is able to get her hands on it, knock it down, and scrap it up.
All right, way to go.
And another long punt out. Searching for Bauer. Bauer tries to get a head on it, but it gets knocked away from her. East tries a nice little one-touch passing where it creates the opportunity. The ball's placed down toward the end. Looks like number 11, Megan Garrett, is going to run onto it. Tries to play a cross in. Solis gathers it up before it can create any danger. Punts it away quickly. Bauer's on. Bounces once. Bounces twice. Bauer's able to get it, trying to run past the defender. Still going forwards, Bauer. Pressuring the ball. And she's going to get a foul called against her.
Why? Why?
I'm assuming that the ref deemed that she was being a little bit too aggressive. Didn't look like she was using her arm or pushing. It just looks like she was, doing a nice aggressive physical play. He deemed her to be a tad bit too aggressively physical, which is his right, as he's the one with the whistle on the field. We are the ones up here in the booth. But nice work by Bauer there. I like the aggressive play. She kept going forward, kept pushing, kept pressuring. Hopefully maybe sometime here.
Well, you can't score without the ball. She was trying to get the ball.
Most definitely. East with the ball to play towards the center of the field, and it gets switched across. The East player coming in on goal and slots it in with her left foot to the far right-hand corner, and Mankato East hits the double-digit mark and is now 10-0 Cougars.
That was number 10, right?
I believe so. It's Julia Fisher on the goal for the Mankato East Cougars. Nice pass, though, by the Cougars. They played it up, slided it in. She came in on a nice run and was able to slot it home to the far post with the left foot.
Boy, we had a lot of different girls score goals in this game.
Yep. And off the kick, East creates another turnover, still going forward.
That tells you they got a lot of talent on that team.
And it's definitely a deep team where they're not, putting in some other players, but they're still kind of creating a lot of the same results. Sauer on the turnover there. Oh, the ball squirts through. We're trying to get on it, running her down. Knocks it off her shins. East player tries to bring it up. And Falcons on the turnover, but just a little bit too far, and Zatali Garcia is unable to keep it in. Almost a break for Huerta there.
10-0 Mankato East.
Williamson is going to come in for Sauer. East on the throw in front of the Falcon bench. Throw comes in. And nice little turn by the Mankato East player, attempting to play it up the line, but it squirts over.
Almost took the official out.
Okay. Made him dance on his toes a little bit there. And the ball gets pushed up. East player with a cast, kicks it in, knocked off the sides of, that is number 4, Thibodeau. Goes out of bounds.
This goalkeeper back here for East could roast marshmallows.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is their 3rd goalkeeper of the evening. They changed out. Yep, they took out the gal who kind of looked like a Cheeto for this gal who looks like half a Cheeto.
Does Faribault even have 3 goalkeepers?
I believe we have 2. And the ball gets played through. Nice little through ball, splitting the Falcon defense. Cross comes in.
Nice block.
Definitely a nice block on the far side there. Goes out of bounds, and Mankato East will have a corner on the far side.
It was Williamson.
Williamson with a nice block.
But they still get the corner kick here.
But they still do. Mankato East sets up. 6 players in the box for Mankato East. They start making the runs. Kick comes in. It's a high looping one to the far post. And it goes off the chest of the Mankato East player and directly out of bounds. So Faribault will have a goal kick.
Well, I know one thing they're going to work on East in practice, and that's those corner kicks.
Yep. They definitely have a little bit of, somewhat of a height advantage, and they definitely haven't been connecting on those kicks, but the opportunities they've been having. So Lease puts a foot through it. It's unable to get the air under it, but it's banged out by the Falcon defense. Goes over the halfway line. East gathers it up. Falcons trying to pressure. Ball gets knocked up, but only finds the Mankato East defense. Headed towards Huerta, but she's unable to get near it.
Go.
Falcons still going. Finds the feet of Huerta. She takes a dribble. Still on the ball. Tries to slide a pass forward. Gets a little bit too far, but Falcons are able to gather it up. And that's number 8, Zatali Garcia, trying to create something. Puts a nice little chip in, but unable for a Falcon forward to run onto it. East goalkeeper bangs it out. And it comes in towards it. And Mankato East player tries to play it up and forward. Solis dashing out to get it, puts a foot through it. High-paced dash there. The Falcons are trying to connect, but unable to find anybody with their passes right now as they're coming out of the defensive end.
Boy, she came a long way out of the net for that.
So that was a good 30-yard sprint for Solis. Mankato East have a throw on the near side. Comes in. She goes around the outside, trying to turn the corner. Falcons trying to defend, and left-footed clearance there. Garcia trying to gather up the ball. Sorry, that was not Garcia. That was number 9, Olivio. Mankato East trying once again to come on the front foot and come and attack. Williamson coming out. Pushes it out with her feet.
Oh, you got to go to the ball.
Olivia trying to get there. Cross comes into the far side, and Solis will jog over and grab it up.
That time the Falcon was waiting for the ball to get to her.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you have to anticipate and be the first to the ball. Throw comes in. Nice header by the Mankato East player, knocking it back in.
Might want to
Gathered up by number 7 for East, comes in. Williamson does a nice job of recovering and gets the ball back. And the Falcons are able to stop the offensive attack from East there. Nice job by Bergen. Able to come in and use her body and force her away from the ball.
Approaching 9 minutes to go. Of course, we're running time here. It's 10-0.
Yeah. Mankato East will have a throw on the far side. Falcons looking to try and find that one glimmer of opportunity to hopefully be able to get something positive out of this with the goal.
That'd
East
be nice.
going on the outside. Almost had a couple opportunities where they've been close. Cross comes in high, looping. Finds the leg of the Mankato East defenders. Scramble in front, and it's going to squirt and squibble and into the back of the net.
And that might have been the slowest goal in history.
Unlucky break for the Faribault Falcons there. It was just kind of mixed up in the feet. It looks like the East player was able to get a toe on it and just place it into the far corner.
There were 3 players there.
A nice slow roller to the far side. Nothing Solis could do except watch it trickle in.
Yeah, I mean, when they're that close, how do you stop that, Brian?
There's nothing you can do. Unfortunately, where she put it, and even with, it not being a very hard shot. It's just where it was going was a place that she couldn't get to, and it's very, tough to just watch it walk in. Nice job by Faribault there to regain the ball.
It's good teamwork by East there, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Once again, their passing has been pretty solid. Their teamwork in the front third, they've been able to connect a lot of those passes and create a lot of opportunities. And the ball's going to get banged out and sit on the end line. Nope, it goes over the end. It's going to be a goal kick for Faribault. Solis walks over, puts it up in the top there. And looks like the defender's going to take the kick for her. Puts a foot through it. Only to find the feet of the Mankato East player, but it scrambles away from the offense. But they gather it up once again. Faribault working hard to try and get it out of their end. Lots of legs swinging around, lots of balls banging around. Mankato East gathers up on the far side, goes around the end, looking to get a cross in. Comes on the end line, left foot's in on the ground, but Solis gathers it up. She jogs out, puts a foot through it, kick comes into the circle, skips past the Mankato East player. Falcons trying to do anything to create some instant offense here, but just unable to gather it up at the right moment. Williamson clears it out. Gathered up by East, though. Play it down the left-hand side. The ball's going to just roll out of bounds. Falcons will have a throw. The far side of the field.
As good as Solis punts the ball, you could run a little kick and run with her, right?
You might be able to. If you could get a chance where East pushes up a little bit too much, and if she's able to just to get a foot on it and clear it, and you get that right bounce of that unlucky touch by the defender, and you get one of the Faribault players making that run through.
It's worth a gamble.
It is. You got nothing to lose at this moment. Maybe you can create the opportunity. Maybe she can body her up and maybe turn her and get the ball to skip past her.
But East still keeps their defense back pretty well.
Yeah, they do. They're still keeping 2 players back at the 50-yard line. Sending in a few other ones, but they're still holding back.
They want that shutout.
Yeah, they do. They don't. I think they want to make sure that any small little error that they have at least one person to cover up for the other. And the ball gets played out and unluckily goes over the sideline for Faribault off of the goal kick. Mankato East still have a throw in. About 20 yards from the end line. Still playing with energy, Mankato East, looking to increase their goal total. Throw comes in. Gets played back to the thrower. She passes it back to the defense, but the ball had gone out of bounds, so the Falcons will have a throw on the far side.
So how many goals did you say they had coming into tonight?
Mankato East had 28, goals 4, and only 6 against.
Wow.
So
in how many games?
That would be in 10 games. So they're averaging about 3 for themselves and about a third against per game. They had
how many shutouts?
5 shutouts this year. And most goals that they gave up was 2, and that was a tie against Century. Other than that, it was only 1 goal for those other games. So 3 one-goal games, 1 2-goal game, and then the rest were shutouts. East comes in around the end trying to do it in, and she slots it inside the post.
Right by the post.
Yeah. She was able to get around the outside of the defender, and she had a lot of green area in there and able to put it on the near side past Solis.
That might be a hat trick there. Who got that one?
Looks to be turn. Can't tell if that was number 3.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a hat trick then. Thought it was.
And the Falcons off the kick, and Mankato East turns them over right again, comes back again. Mankato East still moving forward. Falcons trying to get the ball out of their half right now. Putting together a few passes, trying to ladder it up the field a tad. They're going to have a throw.
But I will say, for the most part, their spacing's been okay.
It has been. It has been. They just haven't been able to connect their passes. It's either been a little bit too far in front, too far behind, or they've just kind of been putting in an area where they just don't have the runner that they need there. The ball gets brought up, trying to hit Olivia on the near side. A little bit too much, and it's going to go out of bounds. Mankato East will have a throw just over the halfway line.
We're going to make some substitutions.
Cougars make a couple changes. Benton's going to be on the throw here on the near side for the Cougars. Throw comes in. Finds number 9, Hepper. And she puts in a shot with her right foot, and it's going to go far and wide.
Now, when you were coaching, Brian, did you do a lot of weight training?
Did we do a lot of weight training? Probably not as much as we should have. I think that's kind of something with, the advent of the game as they work a little bit more on the weight training. And we didn't have quite the facilities that they do right now.
Sure.
They still had the little dungeon of a weight room in the basement of the high school, and that tended to be monopolized a little bit more by, the football squad in the fall and things like that. And I think now, at least the athletic department does a good job of trying to rotate squads in and get them workouts in the preseason and during the season a little bit more than we used to.
Yeah, because you need strength in this sport.
Oh, you do, and that's something that you don't notice or you wouldn't think as much, but you do need to be strong on the ball and kind of be able to withstand some of the contact on the field. And you notice a lot that when players come together, who's a little bit more stronger on the ball, and it plays a lot into maintaining possession on the field. Ball comes in a little bit too far behind Olivia. She's unable to get there. Falcons trying to chase it down and regain it back. East still coming in. Left shot comes in. Solis comes up, gathers it out.
Well, I'm going to give my vote for my player of tonight's game. How does Malia Hunt sound?
Sounds very good. I think, with what we've seen, with the offensive attempts and things like that, Malia Hunt has definitely had a good, solid game. When she had attempts on the ball, she did a good job of maintaining possession, making some good moves, and creating a few opportunities and getting a couple shots on goal.
She played a lot of minutes, too.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. The effort was throughout there the whole game. And Falcons create a little bit of the turnover, and the ball gets played out to the side. A little bit of a race for the ball, but East gets there first. Plays it all the way back.
Oh, and they're going to play keep away here.
One more. She steps it forward into the space. Takes another dribble. She's got a little bit of room there. Plays it off to her side. Gets tapped out wide left. Plays it up forward. Mankato East with a little bit of room to dribble. Cuts into the middle over the top. Falcons try to dispossess, but East regains it. At the top of the box, shot comes in
block
off the side of the Falcon defender. East gathers it up. Faribault does a nice job of taking a step there, dribbles it out, tries to clear it out. East turns him over, coming right back at him here in the waning moment. Comes up over the side, plays it in, trying to get around the defender, but Faribault does a job, grabs it, able to keep it in. Olivia on the ball, tries to get up through there. Olivia on it now, passes it up, but unable to find her target. East on the ball, playing it all the way back. Gets played up and over to the far side. Gathered in by the East player. Turns around the outside, starts coming towards goal, plays a left-footed shot across. Unable to get there. And Mankato East is going to have a corner, but before they can take that, time is going to run out on the game. And the Faribault Falcons will fall here tonight to the Mankato East Cougars by a score of 12-0.
That's right. It was 7-0 at the half, so just 5 goals scored in the second half. And, of course, Faribault obviously is shut out here tonight. 12-0. We'll wrap things up for Bruce Smith Field in 90 seconds.